Hey guys, welcome back. Another one in the series. So, this one I was going to do one on the first day of selling insurance, but instead I decided to do something a little different. I've gotten some questions from some people asking me, is it true? Can you travel? Can you go places and sell insurance? Can you sell it from anywhere in the world? Yes. Yes, you can. You get your license, get your laptop set up, order your leads, and yes, you can sell insurance from anywhere in the world. I sold a policy, like I said, a couple weeks ago. I was in Vegas. I went out to Maryland, sold some policies out there. You can travel anywhere you want, people. You can work from where you want. That's the greatest thing about it. You can work your own hours. Now, is that saying that you're only going to work 3 hours a day? No. Insurance, when you're getting started, is going to be something, it's going to be your life. I don't mean you're not going to have a life outside of it. What I mean is you're going to look at things differently. So everyone, even family members, can be customers, can be your clients. Everyone needs insurance. Everyone needs life insurance. Everyone needs car insurance if they have a vehicle, if they have a home, condo, rent. I mean, let's face it, it's part of your life. So is there ways you can do that and still keep your friends? Yes. So I wasn't going to cover this until a little later, but I figured I'd cover it now, kind of make it a little easier and you can work it into the process. So when you start doing sales, let's take it if you go to be a captive agent. If you go to be a captive agent anywhere, one of the first things that agent that you're working for is going to have you do, they're going to have you reach out to every friend and family member you know. And you're going to go, I don't want to do that. Same thing I did, people. I don't want to do that. But why not? If you have a product that you can sell your family that gets them great coverage and is cheap, why wouldn't you? I mean, don't be offended by it. I mean, it's not like you're trying to sell them a vacuum that they don't need. I mean, if they have a vehicle, they need car insurance. If they have a home, they need homeowners insurance. All you're doing is hey, let me just run a quote for you. You know, I'm learning. Let me run a quote. Go along those guidelines. Don't go up to them and go, hey, you got to buy insurance for me. No, it's not like that. Go up to them, hey, Uncle Bill, I took that job working for whatever agency. Do you care if I take 10 minutes and write you a quote? See if I might be able to save you some money. If nothing else, I'm going to learn, you're going to give me practice quoting you and, role play with him. He's your customer. Treat him like you don't know him. And let him give you, hey, you're being too forceful, or hey, I kind of like how you did that. Take some, criticism from people that you know. Taking criticism from people you know is a lot easier than taking it from people you don't. Use them to learn from people. And, hey, I tried that with a few of my friends. First thing they came back with is, man, you're cheaper. Is the coverage the same? And I had a couple of them that going, whoa, man, I pay a lot less than that. There's always going to be both sides of the spectrum. But you know what? You never know until you try. And if you reach out and they're like, no, I'm not interested, don't force it upon them. I mean, same with a regular customer. I mean, you're going to hear these pressure tactics for sales. Final expense insurance and life insurance, it's going to be that way. Auto insurance, don't make it like that. I mean, people have many different choices they can go with when it comes to property and casualty. And I know there's going to be some naysayers out there going, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Guys, I've done sales for most of my life. And I can tell you this right now. The friends that I have that do pressure sales, do they sell a lot more than me? They do. Do those sales stick? No. Most of them won't. When someone's pressured into doing something, they have doubts. They go back, they start thinking, did I really need this? If someone truly needs it and you show them, not pressure them, you show them the value of why they need it, they're going to understand that value and they're going to understand why they made the purchase. I mean, if you come across and you say, hey, I don't want to do this. I didn't need this. Now you have to convince yourself why you bought it. 9 times out of 10, you're going to convince yourself why you don't need it. So don't you think it's better rather than doing that you convince the person, why they need the insurance. Why should I buy classic car insurance from Haggerty when I can buy it from someone else? Give you an example. Haggerty lets you take it anywhere you want and get it fixed. You can even fix it yourself. Haggerty understands if you have classic car and you've got custom paint on it, that you don't want to take your car to just a regular mom and pop shop. You want to go to somewhere that specializes on that repair. They also understand that that vehicle may mean something to you and that you want to keep that vehicle if it's totaled. You don't have to argue with them, oh, well, what's the value that I owe you to keep it? That's why they offer a way that you can actually keep the vehicle if it's totaled and still get paid for the agreed upon value on it. One of the few companies that does that. So, explain those characteristics. Again, that was just using Haggerty as an example. But explain those characteristics, why they should go with that company. Use the fact that if the company has an A+++ rating versus one that's much lower, explain why. Hey, this company is going to be cheaper that you're going with right now, but you're going to pay a little more to go with Travelers, but do you realize that their rating is so much better? They're a much stronger company. You don't have to worry about them going bankrupt or not having the money to pay your claim. Use that as a reason for your sales. Always learn your product, learn the companies, learn what they're about. Are you always going to beat people's rates? No. You might not beat them half the time, but you can still make the sale. I've sold products to people that were twice what they're paying now. And why did they buy them? Two reasons. One, because they were dealing with me. That's not putting a big head on my shoulder or having an ego. It's simply because I know for a fact that if they need help and they call my cell phone even on the weekend, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to help them. I'm going to make sure that if they're dealing with Progressive, Travelers, National General, any of those companies that I deal with, that I'm going to pick the phone up and I'm going to call those companies for them. And I'm going to get them the answer they need. They're not going to have to sit on hold and wait. No, go enjoy your weekend. I'll take the time out of my weekend and call them for you and get you an answer. It's doing things like that, people. Doing things like that. Realizing that once you make that sale with Property and Casualty, every 6 months, you're getting renewal. You're getting money from those same people. They're your current customers. They're your future customers. It's not like life insurance where it's almost like one and done. You make them a whole life policy sale. Guess what? They're more than likely not going to come back and change it, at least in your lifetime. They're going to keep paying it. It's going to go on. You're not going to hear from them again. Does that mean you want to abandon those customers? No. You can reach out to them and sell them another product. Convince them that, hey, I'm your agent for life insurance. Let me help you with homeowners. But you see how this insurance is working. Now take that, for instance, what are your plus sides with being a captive agent versus independent? Captive agent, you're going to have a paid vacation. Guess what, people? As an independent agent, you're going to have a paid vacation. Do like I do. I go on vacation. I look at the time zone differences. If I'm somewhere like, let's say I'm overseas where they might be 8 hours ahead of us, I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to call people over here at a time that's respectable to them. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. I'm going to try to call leads and sell them insurance. If I sell a policy when I'm over there, I just made some money while I was on vacation. I can still go to sleep. I can still wake up in the morning, enjoy my whole day while I'm on vacation. When I was in Vegas, I did that. I took advantage of the time zone difference. I got up early in Vegas, early, 4 o'clock in the morning, started making phone calls in my home area. It was 9 o'clock in the morning there. And I was able to actually make some sales. I covered almost half my expense while I was in Vegas. Went back, had some breakfast, went out, enjoyed my whole day with my wife in the city, did what we wanted to do, went and saw a show, flew back home, and business was as usual. Guess what? It's peaceful, guys. I can say for once in my life, I could travel and do it. If I want to go out east and see my mom, I can do that. I can go out there and I can see her. I can do what I want to do while I'm out there, and I can still sell insurance. So just think about that, guys. Is this something that happened overnight with me? No. I'm lucky that I had some money put aside. I have a very supporting wife. And like I said, it's a slow go building your book of business. But if you put the money away, you can make it happen. You can make it happen, people, and you can do it on your own. I mean, I'm not telling you, don't go work for someone else. I'm telling you, go work from someone else, learn from them, and then move on. Do this. You can make it happen. You can make good money. And there are people you can work for that allow you to work remotely that you can sell anywhere in the world. You can sell life insurance for a lot of companies anywhere in the world. Are they going to make you? Yeah, they're going to put your nose to the grindstone when you work for a life insurance company as a captive agent. They're going to expect you to sell. Just remember that. So, getting back to the topic, traveling and selling insurance. Just need a laptop, people. A laptop and a good internet connection. That's it. And you can sell. Buy some leads. Wake up in the morning, have your cup of coffee, call those leads. Next day, call those leads again. Send them an email. If your leads are verified and you're good to send them a text message legally, send them a text. Work those leads. Like I told you before, call your leads. Now, are you going to be able to do a sale when you're out of town? Of course you are. You're going to have full access to everything you need. If you need to print something out, maybe mail it to them, that's something you do when you get back home. And simply just let the people know, hey, I'm away from my office right now doing this sale, but I'm making it happen for you, and I'll be back in my office, and I will get this mailed out to you. Let them know that. They don't need to know you're in France. They don't need to know where you're at. All they need to know is that you took care of them and that you're going to be mailing them their documents when you get back home. So again, can you sell insurance from anywhere in the world? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you can make it happen. That's when I first saw those videos out there, I saw a guy traveling in Ireland and he's like, I'm selling life insurance and I'm making $100,000 a year. And I went, no way, not happening. Guess what? That is one of the true videos that's out there that you can really do. It's one of them. You can really make it happen. So if that's something you want to do, people, like I said, watch my videos. I'm going to keep going with these. I'm going to keep trying to show you ways that you can do things and make money out there in this business. All right, guys, till next time.